We have a special guest tonight, Amy Gerard from Flip It Furniture. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce you, Amy. I'm going to pull up a slide here. So this is your YouTube channel, Furniture Painting by Amy Gerard, Flip It Furniture. And then you also have all the socials, right? That's your Facebook, right?
Yeah, that's Facebook. I mainly do YouTube and Facebook.
Okay. And I know, do you have TikTok as well? Do you do TikTok?
No, but I'm never on there. Like I'm almost thinking about deleting it and maybe starting over, but I never go on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to show everybody some of your work, and we just love your work. So there's a beautiful piece. I love that.
Oh my gosh. I love
So decoupage paper that you painted out or hand painted?
It's a decoupage paper, and then I painted it out, and then through the sides, like it cuts off kind of. I don't know. I painted a lot of those sunflowers on the sides, and then the top sky. Yeah.
Oh, it's
beautiful. Is that a Dixie Belle paper?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's beautiful.
So pretty. I love the copper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites. And it's just a little jewelry box, but it's so cute.
Oh, I love how you picked up the bronzy colors and the copper colors out of the flowers and everything. Yeah. It looks so good.
It's gorgeous.
I think Amy has impeccable taste.
Yes. Absolutely. Oh, yes. That is
love
awesome.
That one.
Yeah, that one scares a lot of people. They're like, no, I don't want this shells, but it's really popular.
Now, is that a decoupage paper?
Yes, that was by Whimsical.
Oh, Whimsical. Okay.
Say that.
Oh, I love you did such a good job blending. Did you do any like stenciling on that too on the side? I see a little bit of stencil, or is that just?
No, I just kind of blended it out. Just to make it look cloudy. The stencil, that's part of the paper.
Oh, wow. That looks really good.
Yeah, it's an awesome paper.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay. And I love this boho kind of piece.
So pretty.
Yeah. That's a lot of like dry brushing and glazing and blending different colors. That was a good one. Fun.
Oh, I'm so into the boho style right now.
I know. Right now, it's like, again, still, I feel like everything that went out for a little while is just back again.
Yeah.
It's always that way.
Oh, yeah.
So
like my daughter's wearing my clothes from when I was in high school.
Mine too.
Amy, first of all, I have to tell you, I love watching you blend. That's one of my favorite things. You're so good at blending. And I think we had this discussion a long time ago because I've known you for a long time. Whenever I first really got into collaborating with other YouTubers, we kind of were in a chat group and so that seemed like forever ago. But
years.
Yeah. Now we talked about then, because we used to every now and then, because there were people from different countries, and we would often talk, and we all were like embarrassed to talk, but we talked about the sound of our voices. And you know what? You said you hated to hear yours, but I love the sound of your voice. I could listen to you do a video all day long. I just love your voice.
So funny. Yeah, I hear that a lot, and I'm like, and for me, when I'm playing it back and I'm editing, I'm like, like, or if it comes on the TV, if we're watching YouTube and then all of a sudden my video pops up, I'm like, you have to turn it up. It's weird.
So is there anywhere else that you are monetized?
Basically, I have been focused on YouTube and Facebook because I feel like that's the best place for ads. I mean, that is where you get paid. Like, I feel like TikTok and Instagram is more if you're selling, if you're going to sell something and for me, I'm not really selling. I just want to make my videos, create my content, use my affiliate links, work with brands, but I don't want to like, I like the idea of passive income, which is not always passive, because if you don't post, you don't really get, it doesn't, people are like, it lasts for years. No, it doesn't. It like it might come back, maybe, but normally after, a couple weeks, your video kind of dies away.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you got a hit, then it'll keep going, but that's few and far between. And Facebook is, I have found to be like the place to be. I got monetized on Facebook. I didn't even really know that was like a thing. I mean, I've been on there for a couple of years and just posted here and there, and it was not really a big deal. And then friends were like, yeah, I'm getting monetized on there. I'm working with a media company and I'm doing this. And I was like, wait, what? And they were getting paid, big money. And I'm like, huh. So I reached out to the media companies and I never heard back. So I was like, well, I'm going to just do this on my own. And I did. I got real serious about it, and I just started looking into it. There's somebody called Lester Diaz on YouTube, and I followed him. I still follow him. And he gives great tips on how to get monetized there. So I did everything he said to do. And sure enough, within it was like a month and a half, I posted like 5 videos and I hit my mark. Like you needed at the time 10,000 followers and like 60,000 watch minutes. And it did it. And I was like, what? But then Facebook is horrible with their support. Like, it is the worst. YouTube is phenomenal. You can talk to a person, like, they're great. Facebook is really bad. So if you have anything that doesn't go with, if it goes against their content, like policies, you'll be trapped and you'll never be able to get monetized. So yeah, that's huge. I had a shirt that said "Flip It Furniture," and it got flagged as being like provocative.
Oh my.
Yeah, and I was like, what? So it took like 4 months after I could have been monetized to get that sorted out. So it is really hard to get monetized, I have to say, and that's why I think a lot of people go with a media company, because they work with Facebook and they kind of sort all that stuff out.
Well, now Jenna says, when I got monetized on Facebook, I totally missed the notification for like 3 weeks. And I understand, like, I got a notification, but I have nowhere near what you just said the qualifications were. So, and obviously I'm not making a whole lot of money. So can you explain the difference there?
When did you get monetized?
It's only been like a couple months or a month or so, and I'm like making like $5 here and there.
Oh, that's actually really good, because they changed their monetization program again. That's the worst thing about it. They since I've been monetized, which is about 10 months now, they've changed it like 3 times, and you do see a significant dip. I do. A lot of people I know do. Right when it happens, and it takes a couple of weeks for them to like even it out. I actually didn't even get half of my pay from last month. So I'm like, what the heck? But it does end up working itself out after a couple of weeks. So that's probably why. You're probably part of the beta program right now, and so am I. They changed me. It used to be in-stream ads, reels, ads on reels, like a performance bonus, and now they've put it all into one.
Do you make your reels on Facebook, or do you make them on TikTok or on YouTube and then post them onto Facebook?
No, I make mine on InShot. That's the editor.
InShot. Okay.
I use, yeah. If you are using, like, you never want to use a watermark from TikTok on your Facebook. You never want to post a full video that you posted on YouTube on Facebook either, because that's not, they don't consider original content, and it won't get pushed.
Mm.
So even when people are like trying to promote their YouTube channel, that's like a no-no. They won't push it. Yeah, you'll notice that you don't get a lot of views on that post. So it's just better to not do that at all. Facebook is Facebook, and it's just there for that.
Okay.
Like original content that's a big thing on there.
Well, crap.
Well, now you Facebook and Instagram, you can link them now. So how does that work?
So even with that, I never post on the same. I will go into my like Meta Business Suite on my computer, and I'll post them separately. And I don't really post on Instagram a lot because I mean, it's more for me like is that just a vanity metric? Like, I don't know what they're not going to pay you. It's just, I don't know. Maybe you're going to get a great brand deal from it or something, which is great. But I mean, I think it really depends on what your goals are. The music with Facebook, be careful. Like, I would never use popular music ever. They say, oh yeah, you could use this. Well, once you get monetized, you will get flagged for that. You'll either end up, if you just try to dispute it, you don't have the rights to it. So you won't get monetized with that video. So it's best to have like licensed music. And I used to have Epidemic Sound and I loved it, but they didn't provide a license number for me. So now I have to do, I've been doing Artlist for like 2 years now because they give me the number. And when I have to dispute, I can say, here's my number, and then I win all my disputes. But that was, he's on YouTube, Lester Diaz.
Okay. Lester Diaz, like D-I-A-Z?
D-I-A-Z. Yep. His videos are so good and there's so much information. So yeah, that's a really good resource. For Facebook, it's like him and this other guy, but the other guy does, he talks about YouTube and all the other platforms, but Lester only talks about Facebook. He's like the only guy out there talking about it. And as furniture flippers, like, or painters or artists, Facebook is the place to be because that's like, if you're doing the podcast or something, maybe YouTube's a better place to be. But since you're doing a craft that you could make a video that's like a minute and a half or anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes, people want to watch that, People.
Yeah.
So about comments. So I am assuming that the more comments you have, the better your video is going to show.
100%. Like, you want to engage in the comments. And, I'm like really, I'm kind of shy sometimes. So if somebody says something, I'm not really great at like sparking. If someone says that's beautiful, I say thank you, but if you were like, well, would you like to try this? Or for me, that sounds weird and I can't do that. But if you did that and then had that conversation going, that video is going to really take off. They like when people are conversating in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So like, which is another thing, painting furniture, people get really angry about it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
in the comments, like, but that's actually really good because they're going back and forth and people are defending it. And like, I just did a video. I put one out yesterday and it's a repost. That's another thing. You can repost your videos. Can't do that on YouTube. You can do that on Facebook. And that is what it helps to just make the money. I don't know how else to say it, but I posted one and it's probably at like 700,000 views right now. Wow. And it's because I painted hinges. And people are so mad about the hinges. So where I'm like, I'm not even defending myself. People are just going back and forth, like, get over it. Or how could she do that?
Yeah.
But yeah, I did content creation for a couple companies. I think at one point it was like 8 that I was working with. And I was like, it got really overwhelming.
Yeah.
8, like the number 8?
The number 8. And well, you know what? Because my parents were always like, when you have an opportunity, you go for it, you give it your all, and so I'm like, okay, we never say no to a good opportunity, I guess.
Right.
And then,
Never say no.
if you're just doing like a tutorial though, you can, like, one day I was painting something and it took 5 minutes that I just did like a little tutorial on blending. And I've reposted that video every couple of months, and it still gains me money. You know what I mean? It looks like a live because I'm talking to them, but I still get paid every time it goes out. People don't realize that on Facebook, your audience, like your followers, probably are only seeing like 1 or 2 of your videos a week. And I post almost every day. So there's like a whole nother audience that's seeing your videos, and you want to reach them. So reposting is the best way, and you don't get so burned out, But I do have a booth now again.
Okay.
And I still am selling on Marketplace. Like the things that are too heavy and I don't want to carry to the booth they're gonna leave from the house.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, for
So
sure.
not to be nosy, but because we're talking about this, what do you consider your biggest source of income? Like, which is the best stream? Is it Facebook? Is it YouTube? Is it what you sell in your booth?
I know Facebook for sure. Right? Just little things like that. The rising creator.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody ever like knows what that is.
Is how important is it to hit that every week?
It's pretty important. Like,
okay,
you don't have to hit it every week, but if you get it one time, you want to put your best videos out. The best videos that performed on your page in the past, repost those, because that is Facebook recommending you to way more people. It's just opening the door for you. So if you can get those views, it'll keep giving you that. Keep the door open. And that's basically how you can get monetized, like fast, and make more money.